what do you think are some of the biggest challenges, especially in today's market, and investors face? And how can we as investors navigate around this whole situation?
To me, the biggest risk is the risk of liquidity. The key here is that liquidity is your friend, is also your biggest enemy, because when things get tough or doesn't look so good, it's always a natural human reaction to see, oh my goodness, this is not doing so well, let me exit out of this thing. All right, and most of the time, because of having a bad experience in investing, most people do not then jump back into a market and be vested in the market. And that is where you realize you really actualize your losses, and then probably it will take you a while again before going back into the markets. And usually when will these people go at the market? It's usually in the bull market, and then they go around the doom loop cycle, right? So this is very common, unfortunately very common in retail investors. Right? I think fundamentally what I love about property is because by the function of property, all right, systematically, all right, it's tough to do this form of liquidation. Fundamentally, the only reason why real estate is obviously more less volatile is because from the fact that we cannot just liquidate tomorrow, right, it just prevents us from making a more short-term, short-sighted decision. Right? But even as property investors, I think that as things becomes a little bit or might seem shaky, when you especially start seeing equity market starts dropping and having a lot more rates, right? We tend to take that as a sign of recession. All right, and I would say just put a warning out there is that do not take this and then also implement it to your property in the sense that you see, oh my God, something bad is going to happen to property, right? And do liquidation on your property just for the sake of liquidating. If you don't do any form of liquidation, it must be because you have a better plan out there to either enter another better asset, all right, or upgrade your portfolio. It should never be a situation where you liquidate because out of fear, all right, and end up you keep the cash and wait for another cycle of bull run to come in. So I think that's the riskiest thing. So we just need to be a bit careful in that sense. So to stay firm, that's why of course we do seminars like this, always to really just remind everyone, at the same time to have each other's support as well.